Hello everybody and welcome back to Doll Week. How are you two?
Good.
Wonderful,
How are you,
thanks.
Rachel?
We are really good. So there's a reason why I'm sitting down here on the floor. We have to get on par with where these little treasures are behind us because they're very little, so we have to get down on the ground. Can you explain real quick what's going to be happening here in this seminar?
Yes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these really minuscule, tiny, dainty cloth dolls. And I have my friend Kay here, who's our the Grovian volunteer chairperson and coordinator, and she's a cloth person. And I just have her here today to torment her.
Exactly.
Because she's a cloth lover. Because these are something that if you came into the museum and you were looking at the cases, you might just walk right past them.
Perfect.
Because they're so small.
You might miss them.
You might miss them. But here with Ruby Lane Live, it's a chance to film them 10 times bigger than they really are.
Well, let's get started.
This is a little set of one-of-a-kind cloth dolls. And these were bought in Northern California, up north, in a part of the country that had quite a long tradition of Catholic community.
Feel free to pull them close too.
Yeah. And I think I should give you the concept of the height. So, Kay, could you pick that up again?
Sure.
Are the faces made out of cloth?
They're all cloth. They're actually needle sculpted. So they are 1.5 inches tall.
Wow.
And they all have separated fingers. And
Can you see how tiny?
Let's get in.
All hand done. They are so tiny.
and they came from an area that's a long time Portuguese community. So there is a high probability that these were made by the Portuguese ladies and I think the nuns in their church. And what do you think about that?
I have to agree with you.
But I am working on learning the different orders of nuns, and I'm sure that there's people that watch Ruby Lane that collect nuns that will know immediately what each order is. But the one thing that's very interesting about it is we can kind of date them because we've got this wonderful treasure. And this is, during the Civil War, there was a regiment that were called Zouaves. And it was a New York regiment, and they wore these Turkish costumes. So we have to think that they're after 1860, 60 to 65. They're after that time period, but they really are fantastic. And one thing about these type of dolls is when you do see them, even though they were made by nuns and churches and convents, they were usually anatomically correct.
Really?
That wasn't, that's how, God made people with all those little bits and pieces.
Amazing.
And they recreated them. The only way we would really know for sure if they are anatomically correct is we'd have to tear them apart
Can
to
you
find out.
imagine making that?
No.
No,
By hand.
no. And we give
She
sewing
has
workshops.
defined facial features.
Yes,
Yes.
we give sewing workshops, and people wear their glasses, and then they wear another thing with magnification.
Yeah, two
and
things to
and this
magnify.
you would really have to have it to
I
get
mean,
that.
these are just incredible. I've never seen anything like this before.
And the thing about it is, and we have taken these in the past to UFDC conventions and put them in one-of-a-kind competition, one-of-a-kind cloth.
All on
And usually
fillers.
David puts one and I put one. We've always gotten the blue ribbon because other people can bring fabulous
this
things,
tiny,
but
tiny
the size is
The
just.
size, yeah.
Now she's one of the few. We've got two that are actually fashionable ladies, and you can see the hair is incredible too.
Amazing.
They got the style spot on, even in that tiny size.
Look at the lace on her top.
Yeah,
she
the
has
attention to detail is
jewelry
just incredible.
just-
I think it's just amazing.
they're
And they're
just
worth really
fantastic.
taking an extra look at and not just passing by. And then, of course, we've got our little ballerina.
Let's pull her in so we can
Well,
see
she
her
could be a
close. Look at
ballerina,
that.
or she could be a fairy, like a Christmas fairy. It could be one or the other.
She's wonderful.
And a necklace, and look at her earrings. She's
And
got
and just for your
earrings.
viewers, so
Look at that.
I mean that's 2.5 inches tall.
Such a wonderful miniature, and her shoes.
Yes.
She even has little heels.
And these are things that, this type of one-of-a-kind thing, which is hard to put a price on because it's, that you don't see, there's not comparables. But these are things that if the astute buyer can find these at shows and or on Ruby Lane, you just have to really open your eyes to small things. And, since we're always looking for dollhouse things, and but would you focus in on a small thing as a cloth doll collector?
I would,
You
yes.
would, yeah, because you like
Yeah,
small things too.
Yeah, easy to sneak in the house.
That's true.
That's always a bonus.
And I love this little piece here to look at the illustration. Even an illustration, they're smaller than some little illustration. So they really are a wonderful little treasure.
They
And we don't, we need to have more cloth items than we do have. But these are the cloths that we do have, I think are pretty special.
Exceptional.
Those are wonderful. Thank you for sharing them with us.
Thank you.